Ever been at a point where everything seems to be going wrong and you've hit rock bottom? It's a place of despair, a feeling of being stuck in a deep pit with no apparent way out. It's a sensation that's heavy, a weight that presses down on you, making it hard to breathe, to think, to hope. Rock bottom is a universal experience. It's not just you, it's something that people from all walks of life encounter at different points in their journey. It's the point where you find yourself questioning your worth, your abilities, and even your existence. But you know what? It's not the end of the world. It's a moment of intense emotion, frustration, disappointment, fear, and a whole lot of uncertainty. But at the same time, it's also a moment of incredible potential, because from here, the only way is up. And that's where the magic happens. Remember, it's not about the fall, it's about the rise that follows. The first step to making a comeback is understanding where you are. Now, this isn't just about pinpointing your geographical location on a map. No, it's about taking a deep, introspective look at your current situation. You see, it's easy to get caught up in the whirlwind of life's challenges and forget to pause, to reflect. We often find ourselves running on autopilot, going through the motions without truly understanding why we're in the situation we're in. But it's crucial to take a step back and take stock of your situation. Consider it like this: you're on a journey and you've somehow strayed off the path. You won't find your way back by blindly charging forward. Instead, you need to stop, observe your surroundings, and figure out how you got here. And that brings us to the next point: acknowledging your failures. It's a tough pill to swallow, no doubt about it. But remember, failures aren't the end of the world. They're just detours on your journey. They're lessons disguised as setbacks, and the sooner you acknowledge them, the sooner you can learn from them. Now, understanding the reasons behind your failures is equally important. It's like piecing together a puzzle. Every failure, every setback, every wrong turn, they're all pieces of this puzzle. And once you've assembled it, you'll see the bigger picture. You'll see the patterns, the recurring themes. You'll identify the habits, the decisions, the actions that led you astray. And here's the kicker. Once you've done that, you're already on your way to making your comeback. Because in understanding your situation, you've taken the first step towards changing it. You've moved from being a passive participant in your life to an active one. And that's what it's all about, isn't it? Taking control of your journey, steering it in the direction you want to go. So, take a moment to understand your situation, to acknowledge your failures, to understand the reasons behind them. Because once you understand where you stand, you can start planning your comeback. Now it's time to set clear, achievable goals. Imagine yourself as a ship's captain. Without a map and a destination, you're just drifting in the ocean. Goals are your map and your destination. They give you direction and a clear path to follow. But not just any goals. We're talking about SMART goals: specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Specific goals are well-defined and clear. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," say, "I want to start a successful baking business from home within the next 6 months." See the difference? Measurable goals allow you to track your progress. If your goal is to start a baking business, how will you know when you've reached that goal? Easy. You could say, "I'll know I've achieved my goal when I have 10 regular customers and I'm making a steady income." Achievable goals are realistic. It's great to dream big, but if your goal is unattainable, you're just setting yourself up for failure. If you've never baked a day in your life, it might not be achievable to start a successful baking business in 6 months. Maybe start with, "I want to master 5 baking recipes within the next month." Relevant goals align with your values and long-term objectives. If you're passionate about health and fitness, starting a baking business might not align with your values. Always check that your goals match your bigger picture. Time-bound goals have a deadline. Without a timeline, there's no sense of urgency. If you want to master 5 baking recipes, when do you want to achieve this by? Within the next month adds pressure. which can motivate you to start working towards your goal. Now let's talk about short-term and long-term goals. Short-term goals are like stepping stones towards your long-term goals. If your long-term goal is to run a marathon, your short-term goals might be to run a mile without stopping, then 2 miles and so on. With clear goals in place, you can start working towards your comeback. Resilience and determination, 2 key ingredients for a successful comeback. In the throes of adversity, resilience acts as a protective armor, shielding us from the sting of failure. It's the ability to bounce back, to rise again, and to keep moving forward. But how do you cultivate resilience? It begins with adopting a positive mindset. Yes, it's easier said than done, especially when you're at a low point. Yet, it's crucial to remember that your current situation is not your final destination. Envision your future success, hold on to it, and let it be the light that guides you through your darkest moments. Next, we have determination. This is the fuel that keeps your engine running even when the road gets tough. It's the unyielding resolve to reach your goals, regardless of the obstacles that may come your way. But determination is more than just stubborn persistence. It's about being smart and strategic in your approach, learning to adapt and adjust your plans when necessary. Now, let's talk about failure. It's a word that many of us dread, but it's an inevitable part of the journey. The key is to change our perspective on failure. Instead of viewing it as a dead end, consider it a detour, a chance for you to learn, grow, and become stronger. Every setback is a setup for a comeback, remember that. Staying committed to your goals is another vital aspect of building resilience and determination. It's easy to be enthusiastic at the start, but the real challenge lies in maintaining that same level of dedication throughout your journey. This is where the power of commitment comes into play. When you commit to something, you're making a promise to yourself that you will not give up, no matter how hard things get. In conclusion, building resilience and determination isn't a walk in the park. It requires a lot of self-reflection, patience, and hard work, but the rewards are well worth the effort. Remember, you are capable of achieving anything you set your mind to. With resilience and determination, you can overcome any obstacle that stands in your way. So it's time to take action and start making your comeback. We've all heard the saying, actions speak louder than words, and it couldn't be more accurate when it comes to making a comeback. It's time to put your plans into action. It's time to make those dreams, those goals, and those objectives a reality. Here's something important to remember. Progress is a process. It's not an overnight miracle, and it's not a one-time deal. It's about taking consistent action day in and day out. It's about those small, seemingly insignificant steps you take every day that accumulate over time to become something significant. Imagine you're on a journey and you're taking steps towards your destination. Sometimes the steps are big and bold and you feel like you're making leaps and bounds. Other times, they're small and cautious. But every step, regardless of its size, is moving you forward. It's bringing you closer to your destination. And that's the beauty of action. It's a powerful force that propels us forward. It turns the impossible into the possible and the dreams into reality. It's the driving force behind every great comeback story you've ever heard. But action isn't just about doing something. It's about doing the right thing at the right time, in the right way. It's about making smart decisions, learning from your mistakes, and constantly improving. It's about adapting, evolving, and growing. Ultimately, action is about courage. It's about having the courage to take that first step, the courage to face your fears, and the courage to keep going even when the odds are against you. It's about having the courage to fail, to learn, to grow, and to succeed. So, arm yourself with courage, determination, and a plan. Then take that first step. And then the next one, and the one after that. Keep moving, keep pushing, and keep striving. Remember, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step. And your comeback journey begins now. Finally, celebrate your comeback. The journey to a comeback is not a sprint, but a marathon, and every mile marker deserves recognition. When you've put in the effort, When you've had the courage to face down your challenges, it's important to pause and acknowledge your victories, no matter how small they may seem. Each achievement is a testament to your resilience and determination. It's a proof of the progress you've made, a validation of your hard work. And every victory, every goal met, brings you one step closer to the greatest comeback of your life. So go ahead, revel in your success. Let it fuel your spirit. Let it boost your confidence. Remember, it's not just about reaching the finish line. It's about cherishing every moment of the journey. And remember, every step forward, every goal achieved, is a part of your comeback story.